The Yankees, the Yankees are going up against the Guardians today. They're in Cleveland, going up against the Guardians in a rematch of last week's ass whipping that they took from the Guardians. Pretty much. Yeah, I mean, we already know the catcher situation is a little iffy, and we'll look at the lineups and all that stuff. The Guardians are not. They're no pushover, man. The Guardians are definitely no pushover. They handed us our asses last week. And the pitcher they got going for them today, um, did very well versus us last week. Let me pull him up real quick. Okay. All right. This is tonight's lineups. Well, let's look at the pitchers matchup real quick. Got Will Warren. Okay. I guess not. Will Warren going up against Gavin Williams. He's pretty tough, guys. He pitched us tough last week, and I expect him to be tough on us this week too. I definitely do. I don't know what's going on with this thing, but anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the lineups, the bench availability, bullpen availability, and all that good stuff. Pull this up here. All right. So we got Trent Grisham leading off, Ben Rice batting second, Paul Goldschmidt batting third. I don't remember Paul Goldschmidt ever batting third this season yet. So this is a little different. Two lefties to start it off. All right. Then Cody Bellinger's batting cleanup. Jazz Chisholm Jr. with the big 3-run home run yesterday using Aaron Judge's bat is batting fifth. And Spencer Jones in the lineup again, playing right field. Batting seventh. Jose Caballero. No, Spencer Jones batting sixth. Jose Caballero seventh. Back at shortstop, which I like to see. Ryan McMahon at third base, and JC Escara catching. I would have liked them to give Ali Sanchez another start. Me personally, just to see what he can do. All right, so this is the bench we got right now. The lineup and the bench. So on the bench, Amer Rosario. Something's going on. What the hell's on the bench? Let me put this back, guys. Pardon me, because I don't know what's going on here with this. Anyway, so Amer Rosario, Ali Sanchez, Max Schumann, Anthony Volpe. Not the strongest bench, to be honest. Yeah, why does this thing keep going? All right, let's turn that off. Let's turn that off and put it back. Yeah. So the little meter there you see. So Anthony Volpe, his slugging percentage over the last 10 games, 547. Oh no, on base. So that's the OPS, 547 OPS. His last 10 games. Max Schumann, I'd like to see a little bit more of Max Schumann. I think he's better than what a lot of us give him credit for. And then obviously Ali Sanchez yet to have a hit. I mean, look, plain and simple, man. Without Judge, the lineup looks crazy. It looks crazy without Judge. All right, the bullpen. So the shaded blue is pitchers thrown the last 3 days, and what's in the light gray is pitchers thrown yesterday. So Ryan Yarbrough is always available. This dude, I don't even know why he's on the roster at this point. I get it, long relief, but man, like I hardly ever see him. I would rather them give that spot to Giovanni Cruz or a LeGrand or somebody like that. Uh, Brett Hedrick threw 9 pitches yesterday, so he should be available though. Only 9 pitchers. Tim Hill, obviously, Tim Hill and Hedrick, those are the workhorses of the team right there. So you might see them again today. Jake Bird, he's fully available. Camilo Doval, he didn't pitch yesterday, but so everybody's pretty much available from the looks of this. Everybody should be available. Maybe Paul Blackburn, not really, but since he didn't pitch yesterday, I'm assuming he's available too. So that's the bullpen availability. Look, guys, I'm not gonna lie, man. We struggled versus this pitcher the last time we faced him. So I'm not thrilled to see him, but it is what it is. Right now, the Yankees are tied for first place in the AL East. So this is a big game, right? This is again, we could retake the division today. So we got to win this game. Definitely got to win this game. When you look at the run differential, it's crazy because the Yankees are positive 96 runs and Tampa Bay is only 7. So I think at some point Tampa Bay will teeter off, and they have been already. But I mean, you can't count on that either. You just got to go out there and keep winning games, and I fully expect too that for Toronto to start playing better because I really do believe Toronto's better than what they've shown. I think the injuries have really hurt them, but we already know, man, that team is not much different than it was last year, and it was a pretty good team last year. And for the Guardians, they are in the lead in the AL Central. They have a 2-game lead over the Chicago White Sox, who are surprisingly actually decent, and a 7-game lead over the Twins. The run differential, though, it's not great, and same for the White Sox. So, I mean, it is what it is, right? Say what's up to you guys in the chat. My bad, guys. I've been ignoring y'all for a second. Excuse me. Let me move this over here. John the Beagle Dad, what's up, man? John the Beagle Dad says hello to everyone. Well, I think that was from yesterday. Well, the Guardians will take 2 of 3, maybe even sweep. Damn, JK, you know what's crazy, man? I've never seen JK, right? I've never seen you optimistic ever, ever. Even when the Yankees are rolling and playing good, you never have a optimistic take. I mean, hey, to each his own, man. I think we're gonna take 2 out of 3. I think the Yankees are gonna do better. And maybe this is a lot of hopium on my part, but I think that the Yankees are gonna do better than expected without Judge. That's what I think. I'm hoping that some of these guys get hot and start picking it up. Give me a second. Start picking it up here in a second and pick up the slack. What am I doing here? All right. Okay. Yeah, John the Beagle Dad says hello. Healing Men's Heart, what's up, brother? Healing Men's Hearts. Oh no, that's not. I don't know why my chat is mixing up the last stream's chat and today's chat. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that. John the Beagle Dad says no Volpe tonight. Yep, no Volpe, man. And I'll tell you what, I don't miss him either. And I think the only reason there's no Volpe tonight is because, man, he was hearing the Bulls yesterday at Yankee Stadium. I think the fan base is over this kid, man. And this sucks, but he's not good, man. He just isn't, you know. That's not to say that he won't ever be good, maybe on another team or anything, but the experiment, the Anthony Volpe trial it's expired, man. He's been on this team. This is his 4th year, and nothing's changed. If anything, he's regressed. And I've been saying this. Look, I've been saying this for 2 years now. Even before he reached year 3, I was saying, yeah, man, this kid, he looks like he's a bust. You know, a bust for a 1st-round draft pick. Now, if he was like a 12th-round draft pick or something like that, then you'd be like, man, that's great. This dude made it to the big league. He was definitely not a bust as a lower pick, but this dude was a 1st-round draft pick. So yeah, he's a bust as of right now, unless something changes very quickly. He is a bust. I think they're gonna play Sanchez against the lefties and Scarf versus the righties. Yeah, that's what they do. But the thing is, man, this is what I like. This platoon shit is stupid. I knew it before the season started. I said it to you guys. I don't know if you guys remember. I was like, the Yankees are about to go so platoon heavy. I'm talking about too heavy. And there's certain players that the stats back that up, but there's certain players that it's like, dude, just let them play, bro. You know, let them play. Like if a guy goes 3 for 3 on the night and they bring in a lefty, all because he's a lefty batter, you don't take him out, you know? You let him, give him a chance. We got to start figuring out what these guys can do. You'll never know if they can. And the perfect example of that is Ben Rice. They just now started letting Ben Rice hit against lefties. Just recently, right? Because the start of the season, they weren't doing that. They just recently started letting him hit left-handed pitchers. It just dawned on them like, oh shit, this kid, maybe he can hit lefties too. The platoon, I think that the platoon stuff, man, it's a little too analytically driven, man. Sometimes you gotta have a feel. And I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Ali Sanchez or JC Escaro, who's better than who. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is that this kid just came up. We saw him in one game. We're not going to see what he can really do in one game, right? Let's see what we got in this kid. If it was me, I would want to see him hit versus a righty and a lefty. I'll give him 2-3 games in a row to play, and see what he can do. And then start making a decision. But they brought him up here for 3 at-bats. And that's it. He's never going to see a left-handed pitcher, This is just how the Yankees do. But, I mean, that's just baseball today, I guess. That is baseball today. John the Beagle Dad says he's going to make dinner. What you making, man? I had steak yesterday. Me and my wife made some steaks. It was delicious. Today, what am I going to eat today? I don't know. Probably some, I think I'm going to fry some shrimp. I have some shrimp downstairs. Probably fry some of that. Yeah. Cruise Control News, what's up, brother? Says Wells. No, see, I don't know. My bad, man. I pulled this up. Yesterday's chat is mixing with today's chat for some reason. It's so weird. So weird. What I'm gonna do is let me refresh this. Joey has gas. Smell that show I farted. Go Yankees. I appreciate it. Joey has gas, man. Yeah, hit the like button. Joey has gas. That's hilarious, man. You guys are crazy. But yeah, man, Wells spoke about his injury yesterday. We're gonna go ahead and play that real quick. Let's see what he's talking about.
Austin, can you just kind of take us through what happened, what led to you going to them, like when you first started feeling the headaches?
Yeah, there's not like a certain time that it's kind of started, but a lot of pressure in like the top of my head, some headaches. So been feeling it for a bit, but felt like it got to the point where I should say something.
How concerning is it?
I mean, I feel better already today.
Are you kidding me, dude? The way he talks, I'm not gonna lie, man. Oh my God, this team, man. So now you want to bring it up. You know what? This is starting to sound like a built-in excuse. You guys heard that shit, man? He said what he's been doing, he's been feeling it on top of his head, and he's gotten to the point, and now you decide to say something, And look, I'm not saying that he's faking an injury or is a phantom IL or anything like that, but it sure sounds like cap to me, man, for some reason. I don't know, man. I was born that night, but I wasn't born last night. And this sounds like some bullshit, man. And the Yankees are known for this shit, man. The Yankees are known to it could have been, any little injury. They're like, oh, yep, you're going on 10 days. And they could just point the finger and say, this is the reason why we're going to keep running him out there. Because for the last 3 years, he sucked because he had headaches. So now let's see how he plays after a few Tylenols, basically, is what I'm getting from this.
So I think just needs a couple days, let the brain catch up a little bit, and get back to work.
Catch up a little bit.
What's causing it?
No, we're doing some scans tomorrow. Hopefully rule out anything, or anything serious. So, I think in my mind, it's just the cumulative buildup over the last couple weeks, month, whatever it is. And, like I said, just need to give it a couple extra days to let it catch up.
You said catch up. Like, did you feel things moving slower on Friday?
Just felt a little off. Just didn't feel like myself to the point where I felt like I needed to say something to the trainers.
Awesome. Have you felt any symptoms beyond just a normal headache?
Just like I said, like pressure in the top of my head, just randomly, not always after I would get hit by a foul ball, just randomly throughout the day sometimes. So that was the big one for me, the pressure, and then the headaches were just also probably another sign to say something.
Nothing vision related.
Not that I know of, no.
Yeah, man. But if this is the shit I don't get, you should have been said something. Considering the history of concussions, especially on this team, man. Like you should have freaking said something, dude. If that's truly the case, I don't think. I mean, I think they're kind of exaggerating a little bit, and it was just a perfect excuse to get this dude some time off, man. For real. That's what I think. That is what I think. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get this chat back working. Let me stop this. But yeah, look, honestly, even if he's not really hurt, if it's a phantom eye or whatever, the dude needed a break, man. If anything, like he needs to be traded, but maybe 10 days off, man. Maybe it'll help him a little bit. Maybe that's what he needs. He's restart this here. Maybe that's what he needs. But let me look at this box score real quick. The lineup. Where are we? Okay. All right. These are the stats, today's lineups and the stats versus the pitcher. Let me see something real quick. Okay. Versus Gavin Williams. Trent Grisham is 0 for 2. All right. Not a lot of success here. 3 for 5. Jose Caballero. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be in that lineup with the home run. Jazz Chisholm 1 for 5 with the home run. Yeah, not a lot of experience versus this dude. Obviously, he's a young guy, man, but I fully expect the Yankees to put a beating on him. Now, the Guardians versus Will Warren. Stephen Kwan has some good history versus him. He's 2 for 3, but no home runs versus Will Warren. That's always good to see. That back out. Yeah. James says, Custodio chilling in Rhodey, listening to your pregame. Are you in Rhode Island? Bro, Rhode Island's so small that you'll pass it, not even know you passed it. You're like, what the hell? John the Beagle Dad says, bull crap, did he have this headache for the WBC? I don't think so, man. I think that, like, maybe he has headaches. A lot of people deal with headaches. And maybe he does have headaches, but I don't think it's really something so serious. I think they just use that as an excuse to really give him some time off and go from there, man. Because he was getting to the point where he's just unplayable. And the fans are starting to turn on him quick. We've seen this before. They did this with Joey Gallo. They've done this with Aaron Hicks. Every time you feel that, like, every time the fan base is about to turn ugly towards a player, they kind of spin it a little bit and give that person some time off, and then they come back. We've seen it with Josh Donaldson. This is classic Cashman and Boone, man. Classic Cashman and Boone stuff. To a scapegoat, an excuse. They always come up with an excuse for why they don't win or why a player is not performing. And yeah. And it's not good. Excuses are like buttholes. Everybody's got one, right? Everybody's got one, and they all stink, to be honest. Dev, who watched the Knicks game tonight? Yeah, man. Let's go Knicks, baby. Knicks about to go 3-0. Definitely about to go 3-0. But what do you guys think, man? What do you guys think today? Who you got winning? I know JK already said the Yankees are losing 2 out of 3 in this series. So that's his predictions, man. But what do you got? Who's hitting a home run today? Who's going yard? I'm gonna say Cabby, yo. I really I'm to the point that I want Cabby to play so well. I want it to be so, it's already clearly obvious, right? But I want it to be so much more obvious that he's the better shortstop, that he deserves to be the shortstop. And I hear the argument. I was watching somebody today and they were like, well, the argument is that as I pull up, let me pull up both of these guys' stats so we could compare for a second. Or not. But the argument is that in the meantime, while Judge is out, is better. The Yankees are better off having Caballero in right field and Volpe at shortstop. And to me, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. Because why would you have the best shortstop defensively, right? The best defensive shortstop this year playing right field, and the worst defensive shortstop last year playing shortstop? It makes no freaking sense. At that point, Volpe, he doesn't even deserve. He shouldn't even be playing. It's better to have. I'd rather have the best shortstop on the field playing short, and then a decent right field, because we got other guys that could play right field. Max Schumann did a pretty good job out there. Who else got experience out there? Freaking Rosario got experience out there, and send Volpe down if we really need and we got Spencer Jones, right? And also Spencer Jones. And if you really need another outfielder or you want another option, right? Somebody who could play short and outfield and everything, send Volpe down and bring back Cabrera. That's what I say. Bring back Oswaldo Cabrera. Because he could play everything. And he plays everything pretty freaking well. So that's what I say, man. I'm through with Volpe, man. He brings no value. He brings no value. Wherever you put him is like, whenever you put him in the game, you feel like it's not the best option. And all he plays is shortstop, and he's not the best shortstop. So why is he playing shortstop? Get him out of here, That's what I say. That's just me, though. Stephen B says, what's up, Jason? I'll be listening to you. I got good news. My wife passed, Arnold. Oh, that's what's up, man. Congratulations. You guys are about to start making some money then, man. We should get a job. Gets a good job. JK says the Yankees need to take notes on how to build a championship roster from the Knicks. Yeah, man, but the Knicks, man, sucked for a very, very, very long time. Very long time. So, she's on here. I'm waiting for Boone's pregame. Joey has gas says Yankees win 5-3, home run, Ben Rice. I like that. I could see Ben Rice in a bomb. Yep. You know what? I'm going to say Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones is about to get his home run, finally. About to get his first home run. I'll say Spencer Jones and Caballero. That's what I want to see. Joey says, me and my bro got Yankees on one TV and Knicks on the other. Yep. Jake says, I'm really thinking that Volpe is about to ride it out for the entire year with this club. I think so too. I think once they've called him up, there's no sending him back down. They don't have they don't have the goal. And I don't know if it's Boone. It's a little bit of Boone and Cashman. They don't have they just can't do it. Like they don't want to break this kid's heart. And look, man, this is a business, man. You broke everybody else's heart. How many guys they sent down when they deserved to be up here? You think Giovanni Cruz thought he was getting sent down after he was lights out for 3 straight outs, almost perfect, almost an immaculate inning? You think he was gonna get called out as soon as he made it back to the dugout? They freaking send him back down, Or Oswaldo Cabrera. You think he's not heartbroken when they send him back down after coming back off a year off from an injury and all that? You don't think that he's devastated? Or Jason Dominguez when he didn't make the club out of spring training? You think he wasn't devastated? Why can't you do it to this dude? He hasn't earned shit. Okay? He has not earned anything. And the thing that upsets me the most about the shortstop situation, and I don't want to turn this into an Anthony Volpe basher thing, because it's not really him. Look, if he was the best option, I say that's great, but he's not the best option. And the thing that gets me the most upset is that Boone said it out his mouth before Caballero went on that IL, that little 10-day stint that, remind you, they forced him to go on the IL. He didn't want to go on the IL. They forced him. Boone said he clearly said this does not mean that Jose Caballero won't be the shortstop no more. That Jose Caballero, when he comes back, he will be the starting shortstop. That's what he said. And now they're trying to spin it because of Aaron Judge's injury, but it still don't make no sense, man, to have Caballero over there at right field, for the reasons I just explained like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, favoritism, yeah. And then this is our catcher options. I'll pull it up here in a second. Let's go Knicks, exactly. Fags Jason Cabrera should be up here. Well, let me switch this up quick so I can read better. Cabrera should be up, and Volpe needs to go back. Yeah, he does, man. I take scrap metal for Volpe. I mean, I don't think all that, man. Look, Volpe right now still has enough value that you could trade. You can trade. You can include him in a trade, and teams will see value. Obviously, you're not going to get no blockbuster names for him, but you can get something. You could get more than a bucket of baseballs for the guy. That's what I think. Why is it covering the stat? Let me put this like this. Hold on a second, guys. All right. Yeah. So let's go next. Yes, sir. That is still. Oh, I see. Trying to fix something. It's not working. Okay. Yep. Stephen B says we could have had Jose Castillo for him. Yep. We could have had Jose Castillo. There's a lot of times that Volpe's name came up. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time I didn't know enough about the dude. He was in Double A, I think. And I was like, this guy must be really good. Because at the time, Jose Castillo was the shit, like he was the guy. And the Reds were trading him and the Yankees passed because they wouldn't give up Volpe. Because that's what they really wanted. And they wouldn't give him up. And I was like, man, this guy must be the truth, man. Because Jose Castillo was the premier pitcher at that time. And the Yankees didn't make the move. They didn't make the move. I'll refresh all of that stuff. All right. Let's see. My man Ace just texted me. Oh yeah, let me see. My bad. Yeah, I was trying to fix my chat, Ace. Or Ace sent star for 2 jewels. What? Somebody explain to me how this jewels and all this stuff works, man. There's some new shit. I don't know how this stuff works at all. But I appreciate it. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like it's good. It sounds like it's good. Or Seager. Yeah, I don't remember the whole Seager thing. But yeah, his name at that time, man, this was like 2022. In 2022, his name came up on everything. And instead of getting Jose Castillo and stuff, man, the Yankees ended up just settling for Frankie Montas, because that's what his name. He was straight ass. But a guy who's literally hurt. He was on the IL when we traded for him. That's why I don't like doing that stuff. That's why this whole thing with Ryan Jeffers, I like Ryan Jeffers, but I don't want to trade for a guy who's actively on the IL. I adamantly disagree with that stuff, man. That sounds like bad news waiting to happen. And quite frankly, there's 2 teams that every time we trade with, it always benefits the other team rather than us. And that's the Athletics and the Twins. For some reason, every time we make a trade with the Twins, we always get screwed over somehow. We always end up with the shorter end of the stick. So I don't like, those. I'm not saying that like I'm not being superstitious or anything, but I don't know what it is, but their GMs seem to always finesse Cashman somehow. So Jacob says Volpe Dominguez for Castillo was overpaid regardless. What? You think so, man? At the time, it wasn't because he was the best pitcher available, the best pitcher in baseball at that time. I don't think so. Dominguez, yeah, but look how it ended up working out, man. I don't think so. And that's what they were asking. I think they were asking for, because at the time Volpe and Dominguez were both top prospects, and Volpe was even higher than Dominguez. So that Volpe was the he was the headliner of that trade. If there was going to be a trade for Luis Castillo back then, it was the headliner was going to be Anthony Volpe, and then you could have thrown in some other guys in there somehow and got it done. It could have got done without giving up Dominguez, I think. Put this up here. All right. Not only that, but McMahon and Jazz have the better chemistry with Caballero in the infield. Yeah, Jose has a better arm. We saw that clearly, man, yesterday with Volpe just botching that relay throw. And it's not even that the throw was offline, right? Because I get it. Like, that can happen. The throw can be offline. It can happen to anybody, right? But the fact that the throw was weak, the throw was clocked at 83 miles per hour, and that's his top. He averages like around 84, 85. And don't get me wrong, I can't throw that hard, but as a major league shortstop, you got to be clocking 90 at least, man. Now, you got to be up there, especially on a relay where he's literally crow hopped. He literally crow hopped the throw like an outfielder, and still only mustered up 83 miles per hour, and didn't even reach home plate, and it was offline. It was just terrible, man. It was just a terrible throw, and it happens, right? It happens to everybody, but that was like clear, like, yeah, he lacks in that department, the arm. Everybody knew that. Everybody knows that. Did that once and got injured and got an injured catcher. Not cool. Yeah. Ace says the player we should have got from the Twins, Big Papi, when he was available. Yeah, nobody really wanted him. In hindsight, Castillo hasn't been that good. He's been a lot better than Anthony Volpe, my guy. A lot better. After the contract extension, it went downhill, but he had 2 years of control at that time. Yeah, not even then. Castillo is still a decent pitcher, but we're talking about in 2022, it would have made a difference. And we needed him bad. We needed a pitcher so bad in 2022. Instead, what happened was we settled for Frankie Montas, who was straight garbage. He ended up having to freaking just be on the IL. He couldn't even pitch in the playoffs. He was ineffective, pretty much ineffective. And we struggled, man, and we ended up making it to the ALCS that year, but we got swept by the Astros. So we didn't even contend with the Astros. They clearly whooped our asses 4 straight games. And I'll never forget it. I remember in the 2022 ALCS, Boone, you know who Boone had closing? Because we had Clay Holmes, and don't get me wrong, I was never a big fan of Clay Holmes, right? Because he's nerve-wracking. But you know who Boone had closing games, right? Who he was bringing out in the late 8th and 9th inning. You guys remember in 22? I'm going to wait to see if somebody can answer. Who you think Boone was trying to close games out in the 2022 ALCS? Let's see who can remember that, man. I'll never forget it because I was losing my mind at home. Just freaking losing my mind. Like, this can't be happening. You literally have a closer there. Yeah, he may not be the greatest, but he is a closer. And guess who Boone had closing games out there? Or trying to close games? I want to see if anybody knows. I'll give you a hint. He's on the IL right now. Also, what is this team doing? Leading Grisham off? Yeah. You're right. You know what? Let me look that up real quick. Grisham's numbers. Clark Schmidt. There you go. Damn, Mike Gyro, man, you got it, bro. I'll never forget it, bro. Instead of bringing Clint, he had Clark Schmidt, who was like a rookie at the time, coming out trying to give you in the most high leverage situations and just giving up straight meatballs. I was like, what are we doing, bro? This shit is just, it's just sad, man. No, he had Clark Schmidt, bro, who's a freaking starter, and at the time was a rookie trying to close out games in the ALCS, bro, trying to pitch in the highest leverage situations ever instead of bringing out Clay Holmes. Even though Clay Holmes was a mess, but he was your closer, man, you know? It probably wouldn't have worked anyway if they brought Clay Holmes out, but that is what it is. The scouting report is out on Volpe. Run on him for the relays, and he will be out of position. He has a pool noodle arm. Man, you know what's sad, man? Like, I hate doing this. Like, I don't want to bash. I feel terrible. Like, I could just imagine if that was like my kid or anything, but it's just he's not cutting it, guys. Like, it's plain and simple. He's not cutting it. Like, he's not cutting it. Either get better or move on or find another position. Because maybe at second base. You know what? Maybe if Volpe, if they put Volpe at second, I would do it anyway. If you could play shortstop, you could play second base. All right. I don't want to hear that shit. One of these days, I'll be like, Jazz, you know, it's a lefty pitcher, so we're going to give you a day off. Volpe, you're playing second base. And he's going to be confused. You're playing second base. From now on, that's where you're going to play. I have a feeling that he would do a lot better. He'd probably be so much more relaxed. It's like, okay, you know, accept the fact, like, yeah, I'm not the shortstop no more. It is what it is. I think he probably played better, right? All of a sudden, that arm looks like a cannon from half the distance, right? Yeah. But yeah, Mike hit the nail on the head, man. Yeah, 2022 is a tough year. It was a tough year. I'm looking for Trent Grisham here. Hold on a second, guys. All right. Okay, let me see. We're gonna pull up Trent Grisham. I wasn't expecting that to just pop up like that. Where's the split I'm looking for? The bottom of the lineup. Do I got that? Base is empty. Ahead in the count. Oh, I don't have that. No, but I know Fangraphs has it. Yeah, I don't have that split, but you know, yeah, Grisham, man, he had a good game yesterday. So it seems like he's turning it around, right? It really does. It seems like he's turning it around for real. And his advanced stat, like his expected metrics are better than his actual freaking stats, right? His expected batting average is 246. Expected WOBA. So, you know, people saying that he's unlucky. And I understand that because last year I used to feel the same way about Ben Rice. I felt like Ben Rice was super duper unlucky, you know, and eventually a lot of those were going to land and he was going to start playing better. Even though he did play well last year, but he was going to be even better. And you could say the same thing about Trent Grisham, I guess, but I don't know. To me, Trent Grisham, if they paid him $10 million, a lot of people would not even bat an eye. They'd be like, okay, cool. But the fact that he's making $22 million and they won't start anybody else over him and a guy like Dominguez or Spencer Jones or none of these guys are going to get a chance because of him. That's where he gets a lot of criticism to me. You know, if he was making $5 million and giving us this performance, we'd be like, all right, well, that's what you get from a $5 million guy. But from a $22 million guy, you expect a little bit more than that, you know? You just do. And the fact that they keep running him out there as a leadoff, I'm not sure. I would love for them to explain it one day. Just like sit down and explain it to the fan base, like why you keep doing this, you know? When he clearly plays better when he's in the middle of the lineup. Clearly does. Let's listen to Boone here.
And going back to 24, it's like he flashed all the skills that suggested he had a chance to be a really good starting pitcher. And to his credit, he's gotten better and gained from his experience every step of the way. And now when you hand him the ball, you feel like he's got an excellent chance to give you a great chance to win. And, he's got a lot of different weapons to beat you. As far as for lefties, having the four seam, having the two seam, being able to spin the ball like he does, and being able to mix in his change, it's given him a chance to be successful. But to his credit, he's just continued to get steadily better since the day he set foot in the big leagues.
All right. Whatever. Move on isn't in the Yankees vocabulary. Yeah. JK says, I would switch Grisham and Caballero personally. When Dominguez comes back, lead him off. You want someone with speed. Yeah, man, I've been saying that they should give a guy like Dominguez an extended run. And by extended, I mean like at least so we give him a week of leading off. They tried it last year. Let him off for one game. He freaking balled out. And then the next, they put him, one day Dominguez was leading off. The next day he was batting ninth. And I'm like, what are we doing, man? Like, well, but the ninth is kind of like leadoff. No, it's not. Right? When people say that it's the second leadoff, I get it because the thing turns over the lineup, but it's not the second leadoff, okay? When you bat ninth, you get way less at bats than when you bat first. Plain and simple, okay? I understand the argument, like you want somebody down there to turn over the lineup, but you also want your best hitters to bat 5 times a game and not 3, You want your best hitters to get more at bats than your worst hitters. So I don't subscribe to that. But man, the Yankees, they got some funny analytics, man. They got their own shit, and people believe that stuff. Grisham isn't hitting 30 this year, more like his normal pace, 200 average with 17 home runs. I mean, that's what the pace is looking like right now. Unless he gets high. And look, I hope he does, though, really. And I think he can, man. That's the thing. I think he can. But man, it's a long shot, though. At this point, it's a long shot. You guys. Victor, what's up, Victor? Man, I've been checking out your podcast. I'm not gonna lie, check out Victor Valente's channel. Drop your link to your channel. I actually genuinely enjoyed your podcast. With you and Chef, man. You guys, I was dying with you did the AI images with the ball high and foul ball. That was, man, freaking genius, dude. Why I was thinking when I was watching that, Victor, I was thinking, why haven't I ever thought of that? Why didn't I think of that? Because it was great stuff, man. Appreciate you joining, though. JK says, no, I remember this last year. They led Dominguez off for 6 games straight and won all 6. Then they switched the lineup and they kept losing. The same thing, man. Like, Caballero's our shortstop and we were flying high. And I don't know. Now they decided he's not the shortstop and everything goes to crap. I'm not saying that's the reason why, but, wouldn't it be smart to put your best shortstop out there? Just makes sense to me. Yeah, Vic said, yeah, I appreciate it, man. Sunil, funny man, says Jazz found the recipe for getting to his 50-50 goals. Use Stanton's pans 50 times and Judge's bats the remaining 50 times. The last time this wasn't the first time he used Judge's bat. The last time he used Judge's bat, he freaking tore his oblique. He pulled out an oblique muscle or something like that, and he was out for 30 days. So I don't want him using Judge's bat more often like that, because I don't know, man. The last thing we need right now is for Jazz to get injured. You can say what you want about him. Look, I'm not the biggest fan of Jazz, but at this point, man, we don't need guys like Jazz Chisholm or Benner or anybody or Paul Goldschmidt or Cody Bellinger. These guys, we got to keep them healthy by all means. By all means, we have to keep them healthy. We just must. If not, we're in trouble. I will put Caballero in that list of absolutely have to stay healthy. Caballero too. Absolutely have to stay healthy. Judge's bat is like the Power Sword and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. You know what? When they were like, they said that Judge swings a 35-33. And I was like, that's like a toothpick for Aaron Judge. And it made me think because my son, I bought him a bat, even though because he's just moving up to like high school level. So they use, no more drop fives. There's a drop 33-inch BB core bat, right? So he's swinging a 33-inch bat that's 30 ounces. And my son weighs 100, probably 65, 170 pounds compared to Judge. And I was just thinking, man, that's literally, my son is almost swinging the same thing as him. Like, that's a toothpick for Aaron Judge. I thought his bat was heavier than that. I thought he was swinging like a 35 or something crazy like that, Ace, man. Man, Ace, drop the link to your channel, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Ace. He's doing the play-by-play after this, I believe. I believe he's doing the play-by-play after this. So make sure y'all go check him out, which is in another 10 minutes, actually. So I'm going to be on here for another 10 minutes, and then I'll sign off. Damn, time flies, man. Time flies. Sunil, I thought Judge's back. I owe Sunil, I owe you something. I owe you a Yankees necklace, a 3D printed necklace, and I got you, Sunil. I still have your address and everything. I never sent it, man. My bad. And I owe NFE too. Make sure y'all go check out the Ace Avenue, man. Right after this, he's gonna be doing the play-by-play. Right after this. Yeah, no problem, Victor, man. Look, I'm not no gatekeeper or anything like that. And man, the way I see it, we're all trying to come up, man. Somehow. I don't see your link though. Did you drop it? Oh, the trivia? You want me to bring back the trivia? Yeah, I'll bring back the trivia. The reason why I didn't do it before is because a lot of people weren't participating. So I'm not gonna, do all that. But that trivia game. So, well, Stephen B is talking about. I had a trivia game where I would put like Yankees trivia or baseball trivia, and you answer it in the chat, and it'll record your vote in the chat, and at the end we'll see who won, like who had the highest score and stuff. And then I used to do giveaways and stuff, but I was like, I'm not doing this if only 4 people. There was times I had like 80 people in the chat and only 4 people were responding. So it just wasn't it wasn't worth the time it takes for me to set all that up before streaming. So that's why I don't do it anymore. I don't know why I got Grisham here still. Yeah, the game's about to start, guys. The game is about to start. JC Escar is walking out to the thing. Yeah, man. A few more minutes now, and the game's about to start, man. Let's go Yankees. Let's get the W. I'm gonna try to do a post game. Maybe I'll do a open panel too. But when I do the open panels, man, if you join, you got to join from your laptop, because a laptop or a tablet, not an iPhone, because for some reason the graphics that I use, like this, it's the way that Safari opens up iframes, and it's a long story, but it makes them crash, and it just kicks them out of the open panel, so that don't work. Stephen B says I still have the Yankees hammer and the Yankees necklace. Yeah, man, that's what's up. But yeah, folks, again, let's go Yankees. Let's take a look at the lineup one more time, and we'll move on. What is this damn lineup? Okay. Yep. All right, that's today's lineup. Trent Grisham, Ben Rice, Paul Goldschmidt, Cody Bellinger, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Spencer Jones, Jose Caballero, Ryan McMahon, JC Escar. Real quick, my prediction, I'm going to go out and say right now, Spencer Jones is going to have his first home run, and Jose Caballero is going to go deep too. Watch. Go deep again. And I don't know, I guess Will Warren is going to give us 6 innings, 5 strikeouts, and give up 1 run. Why not? Stephen B says Android work. Yeah. Yeah, man. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna sign off here. Make sure I go check out Ace. I'm gonna put his link real quick before we leave. So y'all could go tune in to him right after this. He's gonna sign on in 5 minutes. Where I do this at? Oh, you know what? I think I could send everybody straight to there from here. Let's see if I could do that. Oh, I guess not. Okay, I'm out of here. Redirect. I don't know why you're not. I was trying to put Ace's shit right here so it could just redirect, but it's not coming up. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, man. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you guys later or tomorrow. Peace, y'all. Take care.